Welcome back to the Entertainment Files. I am very excited to welcome today's guest. She truly is a show business icon, and we're going to cover her career from her early days in her collaboration and relationship with the cult legend Ed Wood to writing songs for Elvis Presley and managing a young, up-and-coming Tanya Tucker, Delores Fuller. Thanks for being here, Delores.
Hi, Dolores. Wonderful to have you on our show.
And you look terrific, and all around us are some of the props from the many Ed Wood collaborations, and also a great tribute, and thank you for wearing that Angora sweater.
And it looks so good, I kind of want to wear it myself.
You be careful. It can become habit forming.
I guess so.
And for people that don't know, and they probably do because they've seen the movie Ed Wood, but Ed Wood did have a thing for wearing women's clothing, and you did experience that, I believe, in your personal relationship with Ed Wood.
Although he didn't dress ever as a woman around me, he did wear the Angora sweaters when he would be working all night on a script. And there was a lot of explaining to do the first time.
I bet.
I said, why do you want to wear it? And he said, it's not only cozy and warm, it makes my juices flow. He said, my mother put me in a bunting outfit when I was a little boy in the snow with rabbit fur lined. And he says, ever since then I've had a feeling for the Angora.
Oh,
wow, we're really getting into the psychology of it. That's interesting.
That's interesting indeed. Now, we have to back up for everybody at home because you were a thoroughly successful actress before you met Ed Wood, and you'd made a bunch of movies. No, you were very successful. You were working with wonderful people, yes. And did some great movies. This is the man who knows
really
all the
wonderful.
names
I mean, you were working with Lee Marvin and Van Heflin, Barbara Stanwyck, Fred McMurray, Shelley Winters, all of them. And then you went into the Ed Wood movies, and I guess that provided you an opportunity to have a starring role. But do you think that was a good move for your career, getting out of the more studio productions?
Well, it was so creative and fun working with Eddie. I loved working behind the scenes. We bounced off ideas on scripts. I suggested people that I would like to be in the movies, like Mona McKinnon, who I grew up with, and she was very talented in her own radio show. She needed a Screen Actors Guild card. So I said, well, in Jailbait, you could write her in and make her witness the murder, and then she'd have to run for her life and maybe get wounded or something. And he said, hey, that's a great idea. So it was more of teamwork.
Really, it was a collaborative process.
Yes. I never asked for any credit, you know, like co-producer or something, but we bounced off ideas, looking for locations together. All the wardrobe came from places where I worked.
Is that right?
That's right. You certainly collaborated on wardrobe.
Well, Westwood Knitting Mills supplied beautiful knits and dresses, and chic lingerie. $1,000 sometimes for chiffon and rhinestones all over. And the girls were dressed, Evans Bacone. I'd just say, I need this, and I need this for this scene, and put your name on the screen, you know, give you a screen credit. And they were happy about it. And I'd even get to keep all the clothes afterwards. I mean, it was a fun thing working with Eddie.
Do you still have some of those original Angora sweaters? I bet you've kept a few.
I've kept a few, and they're thick. They're heavy, hand knits, you know.
You know, we should do a little clip. Let's watch a clip. We want to see you in action. Maybe a little Angora action. Let's just check out over here.
Glenn, I don't fully understand this, but maybe together we can work it out.
That's great. Well, that just gives us a little taste of what it was like in those early movies with Ed. You call him Eddie. Was that what you did his friends call him that?
And you had a personal relationship, too. I'm sure people are aware. What was that relationship like off the set?
Well, I was working a lot. I had 2 steady TV shows, Queen for a Day and the Dinah Shore Chevy Playhouse. And I'd come home from work and we'd cook dinner and just have a wonderful time together. Sometimes go dancing. He was a very good dancer. And we would just have lovely times together. And it was always creative and planning ahead for the movies that we were going to be making. And then Baylor Lugosi would come over to the house and have dinner.
Oh, what was he like?
Lugosi.
Yes.
Oh, what was he like?
Baylor was a very well-educated man. He was not like the foul language, the way they portrayed him in the Ed Wood movie. He had this beautiful resonant voice, and he'd put my 6-year-old Delores Fuller on his knee and tell him stories, you know.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, what did you think about that movie, Ed Wood? What did you think of your the particular portrayal from Sarah Jessica Parker playing your part?
She was very miscast, for one thing. I'm Hungarian. They should have found a girl that had a little Hungarian in her, I think. Baylor was Hungarian. That's one of the reasons we got along so well.
Do you think was there any part of the performance that was accurate, or were you not happy with it?
She smoked, and I've never smoked. I've been a health nut all my life.
Do you think she should have done a little more research into the part? I bet she didn't even call you, did she?
You're so right. She did not even call me or find out what I had done with my life. And this was asked of her by several of the people that interviewed her on the network shows.
What was her response when people asked her that question?
She turned her head away and she says, I'm going home and eat some I'm having a ground glass cocktail. She did not want to give me any airtime, did not want to talk about me.
Really? Now, that's strange. That's very interesting. Did they talk to you a little bit about the movie? When did you first hear they were making, did it surprise you to hear that there was going to be a movie based on Ed Wood's life? That must have been a bit of a shock.
Not in my wildest nightmares did
Really?
I think this would happen.
Did you wonder a little bit about what was going to be in it? You must have wondered what they were going to talk about.
I got a hold of a script.
Oh, you did.
And then when I heard the foul language and the, you know, her smoking and the things that were not accurate, you know.
They must have. Let's have another clip.
Yeah,
I
let's
want to
take
see.
another
Maybe we'll
look.
do just one more. This is fun, and then we're going to gossip some more.
I couldn't find him anywhere. He didn't keep his promise to you.
What he must be going through. Don wouldn't lie to me about a thing like this. He left my office to give himself up. And unless he has been forcibly detained, he would have done so.
I looked everywhere I ever heard him mentioned. No one had seen him today. Only I knew where Vic Brady lived.
Oh, those are great clips, and of course you can find those things on video, and there's been such a revival of the Ed Wood, including a lot of documentaries. There was Look Back in Angora, and recently The Haunted World of Ed Wood, and what I think is a long time in the coming, somebody finally did a documentary just on Delores Fuller, and you did that over in Germany, and I understand there's some interest from Ted Turner in bringing that to the States. What was that like doing
yes,
that?
He sent a telegram back in 17 hours back to Germany that he was interested. However, we're going to be able to add more to the German version. We have quite a few more very important people to put on the documentary.
So you're finding that you have fans around the world. There's such a fan interest in Ed Wood and, of course, Delores Fuller. Are the fans really excited when they come up to you? I bet you go to a lot of shows and have a chance to meet the fans.
I'm going to one this coming Sunday.
Are you really?
Right here in town at Bally's.
Oh, really? Now, when you do that, do people feel they know you, or do they feel they own a little bit off you?
Brought up on my movies, Ed Wood movies, and I still get fan mail, and then I have a web page.
Oh, you're terrific.
Yes,
That's great.
Is the what's the web address on that?
Oh,
well,
I'll bet you don't remember, do you?
Vegas.com.
We'll put it up.
Okay, we'll put it up on the screen.
We'll
That's
put it
the
up
easiest
on
way to do it.
You know what? We're going to take a little break, and then we'll get that and we'll put it up on the screen so you can check out the website. We're going to be back with more with Delores Fuller right here on the Entertainment Files after these messages. Go put on some Angora and watch the second half of the show.